Hi friends, my name is Kaitlin and today we're going to do a science experiment. So I'm going to show you what we need, how to get it set up, and then how it works. So the materials we need are a spray bottle, you need some vinegar. I'm using white vinegar, but any vinegar would work. A muffin tin and an extra pan to keep it clean, some baking soda, and some food coloring. So we're going to take our muffin tin, and I have 4 different colors of food coloring. I'm going to put 1 drop in each of the little cups. So 1 drop of yellow, of green, of blue, red, and we'll do 1 more yellow. So you see I just put a tiny bit of food coloring in each muffin tin. Next, I'm going to take about a tablespoon of baking soda and I'm going to cover up the food coloring. So you don't really want to see the food coloring. You don't need to put a ton of baking soda in, but just enough to cover it up. So I'm going to sprinkle that right on top in each of the cups. All right. So once you have your food coloring covered up, it should look like this. So I don't see any of the food coloring, I only just see baking soda. So then you'll make sure that you have your spray bottle, or you could use a plastic water bottle with a hole poked in the top, or a turkey baster or something like that, so that you can spray right into the muffin tin. So we're all set up. I like to keep my muffin tin inside of an extra pan so that when we see our experiment, we see the chemical reaction, that we don't make too big of a mess. Okay, so now comes the fun part, and we're going to see what happens. All right, so now that our experiment is all set up, we've got our extra pan, our muffin tin with the food coloring and the baking soda. I have my assistant here. Can you tell everybody what your name is?
Charlie.
This is Charlie, and he's going to help me test our experiment. So while we're doing our experiment, we're going to use our 5 senses to make observations about what is happening. So we're going to use our eyes to see. What do we see? We're going to use our nose to smell. What do we smell? We're going to use our ears to hear and listen to what's going on. One of our senses is taste. I don't think this is going to taste very good, so we probably won't taste it. And then we could use our fingers to very carefully touch and feel, and that would be another way to make an observation. So before we start, I'm going to ask Charlie, when we spray into the muffin tins, what do you think is going to happen? Can you make a prediction or a hypothesis?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen?
I'm going to listen with my ear.
You're going to listen with your ears? What do you think is going to go on inside of our muffin pan?
It's going to melt and it's going to be red.
It's going to melt and be red. Okay, so that's our hypothesis. That's our prediction. Now let's see if we're right. So Charlie, I'm going to go ahead and let you get started spraying in 1 little cup at a time, okay?
This one.
Okay, let's see what happens, and then we'll make some observations. Whoa! What do you see?
It's blue.
It's blue. I see the color blue. I see a lot of bubbles bubbling up in our muffin tin. Okay, keep going.
That's red.
That one is red. Listen with your ears. What do you hear?
I hear bubbles.
I hear bubbles like when you open a can of soda, a can of pop. That's the kind of the sound I'm hearing. Can you keep going?
I'm going to turn it and see.
Try that.
It's a color.
Spray. Having technical difficulties? Let me try one. Oh, okay.
Green.
It's green. I see another color. I see a lot of bubbles. You know, we haven't checked our sense of smell yet. Can we use our nose to smell? What does it smell like?
It smells like soda.
It smells like soda. It smells like vinegar. Ooh, I think that may be because we're spraying vinegar into our pan. Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty yellow color. Lots and lots of bubbles. Good job. Okay, do our last two, and then we'll check all of our senses one more time. We'll make one more set of observations. Go ahead.
That was red too.
That is red. Lots of big red bubbles. Try this one. Oh, you're being a very thorough scientist. Nice job. Can you try this last one? Let's see what color is in there. Oh, do you need some help with this one?
Yeah.
Let's see. So, as we finish up our experiment, sometimes our bottle doesn't work quite right because we hold it pointing down a little bit. Okay, here we go. Back in business. Oh, I see a lot of big blue bubbles bubbling up. That is so cool. So one more time, let's see. What do we see?
I see bubbles.
Bubbles and lots of different colors. What do you smell with your nose?
I smell red.
Do you smell red?
Yes, I do.
I smell vinegar. What do you hear when we were spraying? What did you hear?
A bubble.
I heard the bubbles popping. If I tasted it, I'm pretty sure it would taste like vinegar, maybe kind of like salad dressing. And one more thing. Let's touch. What does it feel like?
It feels like vinegar.
It feels wet. And that made our fingers blue, so we have to be really careful. So this was our very fun science experiment. And the cool thing about this experiment is that you can keep going and do a lot of different things because you can just pour the vinegar out and then you see that you still have baking powder in there, so you can keep going until you use up all that baking powder. So friends, thank you so much for doing this science experiment with us today. We are missing you and thinking about everybody, hoping everybody is safe and healthy and happy and staying busy. And we will see you soon. Bye.